Rise and shine, beautiful souls. Listen, family, I got to tell y'all this story. So I was out the other day. This guy walks up to me and he says, "Hey, Kevin, sorry to bother you, but listen, I've been trying to have a conversation with you for years. Been trying to inbox you and all. You are a hard man to reach. Can I please have this conversation with you?" Normally, I don't like to do things like that. I don't know what it is that you want to go into, or if people can be emotionally tied to stuff, but because he was so polite, I said, what is it? What's going on? He said, I saw you saying alive a while back that we are gods, okay? And I said, absolutely. He said, well, how can you say that? Because I get what you're saying about God transcending time, and we live in the past, present, and the future, but don't God supposed to have our knowledge? And I said, okay, knowledge is one thing, education is another. So what we do is we take our mind and say, because I don't know something, then you are absent of the knowledge. But that's not the case. See, I asked him, are you not pumping blood all throughout your body? He said, yeah. I said, well, do you know how to? Do you know how to heal? He said, no. I said, but your DNA does, your cells do. So you do know how to. You understand? So you do have all knowledge that is important, right and true knowledge. And right and true knowledge is God. You can't escape it. He said, I thought God is everywhere at the same time. I said, if you break me down, I am everywhere at the same time. If you break the whole world down, we're made up of the same things. It's like a TV. You're looking at pixels. So there's all these millions of pixels so you can have this beautiful picture. But each pixel is showing you something, a small picture, but all together you see the screen. So all we see is the screen. If we could see down to the molecule, we'd know that we're all just happening. Every moment of every day, every experience that we have is what we see from whatever angle we see or what perspective that we see. And that makes up our truth. For you are God, the source of truth. And what you have to understand is this. He interrupted because he was just like, so what you saying? Because this God that I serve, it has a personality. It stands on the other end of judgment. God judges all. So how can we be God? And I said, ye are gods. Rise and judge the earth. Isn't that what your Bible say? Rise, O gods, and judge the earth. Here's why, family. Truth is the ultimate God, the ultimate concept. We cannot measure anything and know that it is right unless we measure it against truth. So we are judging everything with truth. If you have not judged it with truth, this is probably why you still have belief, false hope. Okay, this is why you are being deceived, because you're not judging it against God. You're not bringing it across God's presence. You're not consulting God with it in constant prayer with truth. We're not in constant prayer with truth. Constantly measuring our reality or our existence to that which is true, that which is righteous. Okay, so the standards that you create, that is your truth. The way you see the world, that is your truth. And the truth is, regardless of what we say, what we do, we can stand on that hill of belief until we die. But the fact remains, we will die. Oh yeah, because that is truth. And you will break down and you will become part of this whole life source again. You are only a part of the cycle, and you always have been. Okay, when something dies, it becomes life, and so will you. For that is the truth. And we almost got to understand how divine truth is. Okay? Listen, family, it's the only way to be accepted by who you call God, is to accept that you are God, to accept that truth is the absolute, family. Do you understand? Doesn't it say, I am the way, the truth, and the life? For no man comes to the Father except but through me. There's no way to your higher power, to your kingdom, except but through truth. You can't get there lying, for all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. So only honesty. You can only speak truth. So that which you say that you want in the world, you must be willing to do everything it takes in your power to manifest it, because that's honest truth. If you say you want something and you don't go after it, you are lying to the universe. You're lying to God. Want is not words. Want is doing. Want is action. So truth, what is the real truth? Do you want it? If you're not working to get it, you're not going to obtain it. But long story short, I'm speaking to him about truth and understanding that we don't have anything if it's not for truth. But at the same time, you have to understand that truth is perspective. So there is no truth. So the only way to be accepted as God is to recognize that there is no God. There is only you. And that makes you God. God is only a concept, and so is truth. These are things that we try and create, or we have tried to create for us to bring about an understanding. But we must understand that all that you truly have is you. We can try and put words to it and explain every experience. You may say you're sad because they told you what that feeling was, but truthfully, it is an emotion that can be explained, that cannot be explained without words. But it's an emotion that you feel nonetheless. You know it is real, but you cannot see it. You cannot see the emotions that flow through you. And that is the truth. You understand? So be encouraged this rise, y'all. Understanding that truth is the way of life. And the only way that you can live a righteous life is to keep examining yourself with truth. So be accountable. Accept it. But see, this is one of the reasons I say that God could appear right in front of you and you wouldn't accept God. Because God is truth, and truth hurts. HERTZ. Truth gives energy and life, a power that you would never know. You may deny it. It may bring a little pain. It may bring up some emotions, but truth ultimately hurts. HERTZ. You got to change your way of thinking. It will make you better. I don't care what it feels like. You must be willing to overlook emotions and accept truth, because if you do not accept truth, you will never see the kingdom. You will never truly be free. Truth is the only key to freedom. And if you don't accept that truth, you will never break out of your cage, God. You will never free yourself from your chains, God. You have been lied to by the devil. You have accepted the lies of the devil. You have, God. See, it's crazy because this book tells you that God is telling you don't be deceived, but it is God who is deceived. Isn't that crazy, family? But truth will ultimately win, because in the end, every knee will have to bow and confess, because none of us can beat truth. You can be an evil ruler. You can have access to all the whatever, whatnot, the money, whatever in the world. You will die. You cannot escape it. None of us can escape that truth right there. See, we can all believe in whatever we want to, say what we want to, do what we want to till we blue in the face, and we can get away with it too if we're powerful enough. But none of us can escape that penalty right there, that we all got to pay that time. So did God. People say, well, I asked a brother the other day, all right, if God can, if you say God is exempt from time, why did it take him 7 days to create the earth and man? Why did it take him 7 days if God is absent time? They say if God is before time, then what was happening when there was nothing but God? When God was where he was, wasn't it time for God? Wasn't God experiencing time and moments of his own when there was nothing but God? But they say God is outside of time. No, God is timeless. We are timeless, but time is a currency that we spend. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, whatever it is you're trying to do, it will cost you time. So in order for you to create, you must know your sacrifice, your trade for that is time. If I want to be a better singer, a better dancer, artist, the trade for that, family, is time, work, and effort. If you're not putting in the time to be whatever it is you say you want to be, then you are not making the truthful sacrifice. You are only talking. And if you're trying to get on the fast track and get shortcuts by getting up under people and brown nosing, then you are being disrespectful to the universe, for that is not God. That is not truth. Truth is letting your light shine and letting the world come to it and recognize it. Build it and they will come. Truth is staying true to self, being who you are without taking from others, regardless of how beautiful they may be, regardless of how inspiring they may be, okay? How amazing they may be. It's staying true to yourself. It's not trying to stay within the confines or the boundaries of what is selling right now, or what people are listening to right now, or what people are wearing right now. It's truly accepting yourself for who you are and stepping out here and being that, even though there will be naysayers, even though there will be people who will say, you're not a king, you're not a God. Who are you to think that you have the audacity to go out and dress how you want to be how you want to be, talk how you want to talk, live how you want to live? Who are you? What gives you the audacity? Ain't nobody stopping me. Last I checked, I could wake up and put on the clothes I wanted to put on. I could wake up and do whatever I wanted to do in my life. Last I checked. Last time I checked, you understand? Nobody's out here stopping me. Last time I checked. So who gives me the audacity? I do. See, I am. You understand? And until you're willing to come to grips with that, you can never truly be God. You can never truly vibrate to the consciousness of God, of truly calling yourself that, because you'll always have this need to be humble, this need to be discreet and quiet about what you're doing, quiet about who you are. You'll never truly let your light shine. You understand? And this is why I always try to tell you, ye are God. If the God that you believed in was there, it would do nothing but make this God happier to see you accept your role as who you are in the world that he made for you, and be the best you can be and shine as bright as you can shine, just like you want from your sons and daughters. You want them to accept that they are you, redefined, and take every gift that you had, that you bestowed upon them, because you can't create them without giving them your gifts, and let their light shine even brighter than you let it shine, right? For many of you would do greater works. And this is the hope for you, that you would do even greater every time that you regenerate, every time that you rise again, because that's what God's continuously do, rise again. No matter what you go through, you always rise again. And you realize that at the end of the journey, I am everything that's ever happened to me and everything that I have done. I am beauty and I am chaos. And it was beauty and chaos that got me here. We came through rape and pillage. And yet here we are, as beautiful as we can be, and as disturbingly ugly and grotesque as we can be. Yet, truth is, we are family. And you cannot deny that truth. And that is God. And that is you. Well, by the end of that dialogue, the brother said, man, all I can say is thank you. All I can say is thank you. And I said, well, I'm honored. He said, I've never had a more powerful conversation. I've never been more enlightened. I've never felt so much energy flowing through me. And he was just like, man, and we don't even share the same beliefs. I believe in God of the Bible. I believe in that. But he's like, I've just been connected to you because I've never witnessed so much, dare I say, power come from a person who does not share my belief, or anybody in my belief. I've never witnessed a man with the type of knowledge and wisdom and all that you have. It just grabbed onto me. And I could hear your words inside of me. And I told him, I said, man, that's because you know the truth when you hear it. You know the voice of God. It has nothing to do with me. Or everything to do with me. Because it had everything to do with him. We are one, family. The moment we realize that is the moment that we become God again. In the oneness. Okay? And I don't mean some spiritual God. I mean harmony. I mean truth. I mean unity. Families flourishing. We are one. The moment we realize that is the moment we start working together, because we know that we are divinely connected. And if I can't win if they lose. See, if I get rich and run off and leave my family and don't look out for the cookout, I don't have a family to depend on. In my older age, and my family 100 years from now didn't have any value from my immediate temporary success, because I'll be dust one day and all that money will be spent. Family, I'm telling y'all now, when you understand unity is key and tribe is whatever you make it. So I don't want to hear that about, well, blood ain't so thick because family. Listen, tribe is whatever you make it. 100 years from now, these problems that come between family and these problems that come between tribe cause us to separate. What's going to happen is there won't be anything to speak of to say that we were ever here, because we won't be done built nothing, because we separated over these issues. When other cultures don't do that, they build regardless, because 100 years from now, those problems won't matter, but you'll have the wealth. You'll have the benefits of working together, the treasures. You'll have the kingdom because you accepted truth and you were consistent with it. Peace.